Imagine standing before a massive door, one that leads to everything you've ever wanted: success, love, purpose, fulfillment. You can see glimpses of what's on the other side, but no matter how hard you push, it won't open. Frustration creeps in. Doubt whispers in your ear. You start to wonder, what if I'm not meant for this? What if I never make it? But what if the door you're pushing on isn't the right one? What if, instead of forcing your way through, you trusted that the right door is already opening for you? We've been conditioned to believe that success comes from struggle, that we have to chase, force, and fight for what we want. But the truth is, life is not about chasing. It's about aligning. The opportunities meant for you will never require you to beg for them. The right doors won't open through desperation, but through transformation. And so what if instead of worrying, you focused on becoming? What if instead of fearing what's next, you trusted that something greater is unfolding? Because when you do, you step into a flow where life begins working for you, not against you. And that's when the right doors open effortlessly. Life has a divine order, and the right opportunities will come at the right time. This is not just a comforting thought. It is a universal truth that has been observed time and time again. Trusting the process means understanding that things are unfolding in a way that serves your highest good, even if you can't see the full picture yet. It requires a deep level of faith, patience, and alignment with your vision. However, in a world that constantly demands quick results, instant gratification, and control over every aspect of life, trusting the process can feel challenging. The mind is conditioned to seek certainty, and when it doesn't find it, it begins to create doubt and worry. But the truth is, worry does not move you forward. It only keeps you stuck in a cycle of fear and hesitation, preventing you from seeing the doors that are meant for you. The process of life is not random. There is an intelligence greater than you orchestrating events, aligning opportunities, and guiding you toward your purpose. But here's the key. You must be prepared to receive what you are asking for. If you are constantly worrying about whether things will work out, you are not in the right energy to recognize the right opportunities when they come. Trusting the process does not mean being passive or waiting for something to happen without action. It means showing up every day with the belief that the right doors will open as long as you are doing the inner work. It means becoming the version of yourself that is aligned with the reality you want to create. Imagine planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that with the right amount of sunlight, water, and time, it will break through the soil and flourish. Your dreams and desires work the same way. If you constantly worry about whether things will happen, it's like digging up that seed before it has the chance to grow. Instead, you must nurture your goals with patience, belief, and consistent effort, knowing that the results will come in due time. Many times, people give up right before they are about to experience a breakthrough. The frustration of waiting, the uncertainty, and the discomfort of not knowing when things will happen cause them to stop believing. But what if they had held on just a little longer? What if they had trusted the process just a little more? The truth is, life does not operate on your timeline. It moves according to a greater rhythm, one that knows exactly when the right moment will come. You don't have to control the process, you just have to align yourself with it. Trusting the process also means embracing the delays, the obstacles, and the moments of stillness. These are not signs that things aren't working out, they are part of the preparation. Sometimes what looks like a setback is actually setting you up for something greater. A job you didn't get, a relationship that ended, or an opportunity that fell through might feel like rejection in the moment, but in hindsight, you often realize that these events were guiding you towards something far better. The key is to stop seeing delays as denials and start viewing them as redirections. Every challenge, every closed door, and every moment of waiting is refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for what's next. One of the biggest lessons in trusting the process is learning to surrender control. This doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or sitting back and doing nothing. It means releasing the need to force things and instead allowing life to unfold naturally. When you try to control every detail, you operate from a place of fear, and fear blocks opportunities. But when you trust, when you believe that everything is happening for your highest good, you shift into a state of flow. In this state, you are more receptive to the right doors opening, to the right people entering your life, and to the right opportunities presenting themselves at the perfect time. Gratitude plays a huge role in this process. When you are grateful for where you are, even when things aren't perfect, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you trust the journey. You are saying, I may not have everything I want yet, but I believe that what I need is already on its way. This kind of mindset transforms how you experience life. Instead of constantly stressing about what's missing, you begin to appreciate what's already here. And when you do that, you naturally attract more of what you desire. Think about the most successful people in the world, whether in business, sports, or any other field. Their journeys were rarely smooth. They faced failures, rejections, and unexpected detours. But what set them apart was their ability to trust the process. They didn't give up when things got tough. They kept moving forward, knowing that their breakthrough was coming. The same applies to you. If you are in a place of uncertainty right now, if you feel like you've been waiting for too long or that nothing is happening, remind yourself that life is working in your favor. The doors you are meant to walk through will open, not a moment too soon or too late, but exactly when you are ready. Your role is to trust, to believe, and to keep showing up, because when you do, you will look back one day and realize that everything happened exactly as it was meant to. Worry is a product of the mind's conditioning, and it often stems from a deep-seated fear of the unknown. From an early age, we are programmed to seek certainty, to control outcomes, and to avoid failure at all costs. This conditioning creates an illusion that if we don't worry, we are not being responsible enough, that if we don't anticipate every possible negative outcome, we might be caught off guard. But the truth is, worry does not change anything. It does not prevent difficulties, nor does it make you more prepared. What it does is drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and keep you stuck in a cycle of anxiety and fear. The more you allow yourself to dwell in worry, the more you reinforce the belief that something will go wrong, and in doing so, you unknowingly attract the very experiences you are afraid of. Fear and doubt are deeply connected to the survival mechanism of the brain. The brain is wired to detect danger, and while this was useful in ancient times when humans faced physical threats, in modern life this same mechanism operates even when there is no real danger. It creates stories, worst-case scenarios, and negative expectations, all in an attempt to protect you. But instead of protecting you, it keeps you small. It stops you from taking risks, from pursuing new opportunities, and from believing in possibilities beyond what you can see. The fear-based mind will always look for reasons why things won't work out, why you're not good enough, and why you should stay in your comfort zone. But nothing truly great happens in the comfort zone. Growth, expansion, and transformation all require stepping beyond fear and trusting that something better is possible. When you learn to detach from fear and doubt, you begin to shift your energy. Instead of reacting to life from a place of worry, you start responding from a place of confidence and faith. This shift changes everything because the way you feel influences the reality you create. When you are consumed by fear, your body is in a state of stress, and this stress impacts your decisions, your interactions, and your ability to see opportunities. But when you release that fear, you move into a state of trust, and in that state you become more open, more creative, and more aligned with the solutions that already exist. Detaching from fear does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It means recognizing that fear-based thinking is not productive. It means acknowledging that doubt is a natural part of growth, but not allowing it to control your action. One of the most powerful ways to release fear is to question the thoughts that create it. When fear arises, ask yourself, is this thought based on truth or is it based on assumption? More often than not, the fear-based mind operates on assumptions, past experiences, or societal conditioning rather than actual reality. Most of the things people worry about never happen. And even when challenges do arise, they are often far less catastrophic than imagined. Realizing this helps loosen fear's grip and allows you to shift your focus to what is actually within your control. Another way to detach from fear and doubt is to redirect your attention to what you want rather than what you fear. The mind will always focus on whatever you feed it. If you constantly feed it thoughts of worry, but if you consciously choose to focus on positive possibilities, solutions, and the outcomes you desire, you begin to rewire your thinking. This is not about blind optimism. It is about training your mind to see beyond fear and recognize that there are multiple paths forward. Every time you shift your focus from fear to possibility, you weaken fear's influence over you. Breathing deeply, meditating, and practicing mindfulness are also powerful ways to break free from fear-based thinking. Fear thrives in a scattered, chaotic mind, but when you slow down, become present, and connect with your breath, you create space between yourself and your thoughts. In that space, you realize that you are not your fears. You are the observer of them. This awareness gives you the power to choose a different response, to shift your emotional state, and to align with a more empowering perspective. One of the greatest truths about fear and doubt is that they lose their power when you take action despite them. Many people wait until they feel no fear before they move forward, but that day never comes. Fear only fades when you act in the presence of it. Every time you push past fear, every time you take a step forward despite the doubt, you prove to yourself that fear is an illusion. You build confidence, you strengthen your belief in yourself, and you develop the resilience needed to navigate uncertainty. Faith is the antidote to fear. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting that the answers will reveal themselves as you move forward. It is about believing that you are being guided, that life is working for you, and that even when things seem uncertain, there is a higher intelligence at play. When you live from a place of faith instead of fear, you experience more ease, more clarity, and more opportunities aligning in your favor. Instead of chasing doors, the key to unlocking the right opportunities is to focus on who you are becoming. Many people spend their lives searching for the right circumstances, the right job, the right relationship, or the right opportunity, thinking that once they find it, everything will fall into place. But the truth is, life does not work that way. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. The opportunities you seek are not external. They are reflections of your inner state. If you want to step through the right door, you must first become the version of yourself that is ready to walk through it. Growth is not about forcing things to happen, but about evolving into the kind of person who naturally aligns with the experiences you desire. If you want success, you must embody the qualities of someone who is successful. If you want love, you must cultivate the qualities of someone who is capable of deep, meaningful relationships. If you want abundance, you must develop the mindset and habits of someone who attracts abundance. This shift in focus from external pursuit to internal transformation changes everything. Instead of feeling powerless, waiting for something outside of you to change, you realize that the power has been within you all along. Personal transformation is not about waiting for the perfect moment or for circumstances to improve. It is about making the conscious decision to evolve right now. Many people make the mistake of thinking that once they achieve a certain goal, they will finally feel happy, confident, or fulfilled. But in reality, it is the other way around. You must first cultivate those feelings within yourself, and then the right circumstances will follow. If you do not feel worthy of success, even when an opportunity arises, you will sabotage it. If you do not believe in your own potential, even the best door opening for you will not be enough. Your external reality is simply a mirror of your internal state. The process of becoming is not about perfection. It is about consistent progress. Every day and every moment you have a choice. You can choose to align with the best version of yourself, or you can stay stuck in old patterns that no longer serve you. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, all of these things shape who you are becoming. If you want to attract the right opportunities, start by examining your daily habits. Are they aligned with the person you want to become? Are your thoughts empowering, or are they filled with doubt and fear? Are you taking action, or are you waiting for the perfect conditions? These small, seemingly insignificant choices create the foundation of your future. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to embody the energy of what you seek before it arrives. If you want success, act like someone who is already successful. If you want love, start by loving yourself fully. If you want confidence, practice showing up boldly, even when you feel uncertain. The mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So when you consistently embody the qualities of the person you want to become, you rewire your brain to see yourself in a new way. Over time, this new identity becomes your reality, and as a result, the right opportunities naturally align with you. Many people get trapped in the illusion that they must struggle, chase, and force things to happen. But when you shift your focus from chasing to becoming, everything changes. Instead of looking outside of yourself for validation, you find it within. Instead of waiting for the right opportunity, you prepare yourself so that when it arrives, you are ready. Instead of doubting whether you are good enough, you cultivate the belief that you already are. This shift in perspective is what separates those who struggle from those who succeed. It is not about luck or talent. It is about alignment. The world responds to energy. When you are in a state of lack, desperation, or doubt, you push opportunities away. But when you embody confidence, certainty, and abundance, you become magnetic to the experiences you seek. This is not a theory. It is a principle that has been proven time and time again. The most successful people in the world did not wait for permission. They stepped into the version of themselves that was ready for success before it ever arrived. They believed in their vision before anyone else did. They acted as if their dreams were already a reality, and as a result, the right doors opened effortlessly. When you focus on who you are becoming, you also release the need to control outcomes. You stop worrying about when or how things will happen because you trust that as long as you are growing, the right opportunities will come. This does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you take aligned action without attachment to immediate results. It means you trust that even if something doesn't happen the way you expected, it is still guiding you toward the best possible outcome. The more you surrender control and focus on your own evolution, the more effortlessly life flows in your favor. Your journey is not about finding the right door. It is about becoming the person who naturally walks through the right door when it appears. The version of you who is still filled with self-doubt, hesitation, and fear is not the version who will step into the next level of your life, but the version of you who has done the inner work, who has let go of fear, who has embraced confidence and self-worth. That is the version who will recognize and seize the right opportunities. The transformation happens within first, and then the external world adjusts to match it. Gratitude and faith are two of the most powerful energies that shape your reality. Many people spend their lives chasing after what they don't have, focusing on what is missing, and constantly worrying about the future. This mindset creates a state of lack where no matter what they achieve, it never feels like enough. But the moment you shift your focus from what is missing to what is already present, everything begins to change. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It is about embodying a deep sense of appreciation for what is, even before you see the results you desire. It is about recognizing that the very act of being alive, of having the ability to think, to create, and to grow is already a gift. When you live in gratitude, you signal to life that you are open to receiving more. Faith is the ability to believe in what you cannot yet see. It is the trust that even when things do not seem to be working out, there is a greater intelligence at play. Most people struggle with faith because they want proof before they believe. They want to see the door open before they trust that it exists. But true faith works in the opposite way. It is the certainty that what you seek is already on its way, even if you cannot yet perceive it with your physical senses. Faith is not passive. It is a state of inner knowing that influences your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions. When you have faith, you move differently. You show up with confidence. You make decisions from a place of trust instead of fear. You take steps forward even when you do not know exactly how things will unfold. Gratitude and faith work together in a way that amplifies your ability to attract the right opportunities. When you are grateful for what you already have, you are no longer focused on what is missing. This shift in energy changes the way you perceive your circumstances. Instead of seeing obstacles, you start seeing possibilities. Instead of feeling frustrated by delays, you begin to trust that the timing is perfect. Gratitude puts you in a state of abundance. It is not about pretending that challenges do not exist. It is about choosing to focus on what is working rather than what is not. The more you cultivate gratitude, the more you begin to notice the small ways in which life is already supporting you. One of the greatest challenges people face is learning to be grateful for what is coming before it arrives. Most people wait until they receive what they want before they feel gratitude. But this approach is backward. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door. It is not the result of the door opening. Imagine already feeling thankful for the success, the love, the opportunities, and the breakthroughs that are making their way to you. When you do this, you are aligning your energy with the reality you want to create. You are no longer coming from a place of desperation, but from a place of certainty. This shift makes all the difference because life responds to the energy you put out. If you constantly feel like you are lacking, you will experience more lack. But if you live in the energy of having already received, you accelerate the process of manifestation. Faith requires letting go of control. Many people struggle because they want to control every detail of how and when things happen. They set rigid expectations, and when things do not go exactly as planned, they feel disappointed, frustrated, or even hopeless. But real faith is about surrender. It is about trusting that even when things do not happen the way you envisioned, they are still working in your favor. Sometimes what looks like a delay is actually a necessary part of your growth. Sometimes what appears to be a failure is actually redirecting you to something better. Faith allows you to move through life with a sense of ease because you no longer feel the need to force things. You understand that everything is happening for you, not against you. Gratitude and faith create a cycle that strengthens over time. The more you practice gratitude, the more reasons you will find to be grateful. The more you trust in the unseen, the more evidence you will receive that life is supporting you. This does not mean that challenges will disappear, but it does mean that your relationship with them will change. Instead of seeing difficulties as problems, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you realize that you are a co-creator of your reality. Your thoughts and emotions are constantly shaping your experiences. When you live in fear, doubt, and lack, you create more of the same. But when you cultivate gratitude and faith, you step into a new reality, one where doors open effortlessly, where opportunities flow to you, and where you move through life with confidence and ease. The key is consistency. It is not enough to be grateful for one day or to have faith only when things are going well. It must become a way of being, a daily practice that becomes second nature. The more you live in this state, the more your external world will reflect it back to you.